Hi guys, it's Michelle, and today's video I'm going to be reacting to Taylor Swift's new album, and also I'm going to be talking about the different conspiracy theories that surround her album. So I haven't really heard any of the songs. I think I heard like 3 of them total. Like I don't know. I really haven't heard a lot of them because I don't know, I used to be a huge Taylor Swift fan, like, honestly, and then I kind of stopped being a Taylor Swift fan because I thought she was a part of the Illuminati and all this shit, and I got like a little scared of her. But we're gonna get into that. Sorry about the lighting and the noise. I'm in New York City. You guys commented a lot about the, like, noise and I could see why. You commented a lot about the noise yesterday, and I was like, dude, I really can't do anything. I'm in Manhattan, so we're gonna react to the album first because I feel like then I can kind of get with the conspiracy theories that I wrote down about the songs, even though like I hadn't heard the songs yet. I wrote them down and they're pretty interesting, so let's start. I always think that you should listen to a song, to like an album in order, so we're gonna do it, and it starts with ... ready for it. I like that part, like kind of like the, I guess, the pre-chorus. I think that part's cool. I obviously can't play like the full song. I can only play like 20 seconds, otherwise this video will be copyrighted. So, are you ready for it? I don't like the overall vibe of that song that much. Like, I think it's good, but it's so different from anything I've heard Taylor Swift do, which I could see where people would like that or not like that. Like, I think it's just kind of subjective. Okay, the next song featuring Ed Sheeran and Future is called Endgame. I wanna be Endgame, Endgame. Big reputation, big reputation. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, you and me, we got big reputation. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I feel bad. I like Taylor Swift, but I heard that like it'll go into the conspiracy theory, but I heard that the first few songs are very like new Taylor Swift, and I really like old Taylor Swift, like her country music, which is, you know, whatever. I got issues and chips on both of my shoulders. Reputation precedes me. Rumors I'm knee deep. The truth is I love Ed Sheeran. Okay, this is I Did Something Bad. They say I did something bad. And why does it feel so good? I like this one. I could see David Dobrik using that as an outro song, so I'm here for that one. Alright, this is Don't Blame Me. Don't blame me, love made me crazy. If it doesn't, you ain't doing. It kind of reminds me of Harry Styles' Only Angel a little bit in the beginning. I wonder if that's intentional. She's gone too far this time. Don't blame me, love made me crazy. Oh, I kind of like this. Alright, the next one's called Delicate, which I hope is like a ballady type. Just think of the fun things we could do. This reminds me of something. This whole album reminds me of something. I just can't place what it reminds me of. Does anyone have like a vibe that it reminds them of something? Because like I don't know what it is. This is Look What You Made Me Do, which I know obviously. Like your perfect crime, how you laugh when you lie. Guys, I was driving in a cab the other day. This is the only reason I've heard like more than Look What You Made Me Do is because I was in an Uber. And I was coming from Midtown to like the East Village, and literally like that's like a 25-minute drive, and they were like, this Uber was only playing Taylor Swift radio because it was just when her album dropped or whatever. I don't remember, but then it was like only her new album and then like old songs in between, so I did hear, like, that's how I heard a couple of these. But yeah, so okay, that was Look What You Made Me Do, and this one's So It Goes ... Oh, I like that. I like this one. Okay, Gorgeous. I love this song. I don't remember that at the beginning. You're so gorgeous. I can't say anything to your face. 'Cause look at your face. I feel like this one is very reminiscent of old Taylor Swift, which is why I really liked that song. Okay, this one's Getaway Car. Not in the dark, you were driving the getaway car. We were flying, but we never get far. Don't pretend it's such a mystery. Think about the place where you first met me. Oh, I like that one. Okay, King of My Heart. And all at once you are the one I have been waiting for. King of my heart, body and soul. I feel like the second half of the album is so much more like normal Taylor Swift. Like the first half just like doesn't sound like T Swift. Like, does anyone else feel like that? This is Dancing with Her Hands Tied. I like that one. Okay, this one's Dress. I don't want you like a best Ooh.
Only bought this dress so you could take it off. Take it off. Ha, ha, ha. Carve your name into my lip post.
Ooh, I like that one. That one's cute. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay, my friend Mandy actually made me listen to this one, so I have heard this. They say this is about Kanye and like Kim, which it like definitely is.
Why'd you have to rain on my parade?
Oh, I like this one.
Shaking my head and locking the gates. This is why we can't have nice things. Darling.
Okay, this is Call It What You Want.
Call it what you want, yeah. Call it what you want to. My baby's flying like a jet stream high above the whole scene. Loves me like I'm brand new.
I don't know who it sounds like. It sounds like someone else though. Like it sounds good. I like that one. This is New Year's Day, which I have heard this one too. It's really good. I like this one.
The last page, but I stay.
Oh, I like this a lot.
Lost and I'm scared and you're turning away. I want your midnights, but I'll be cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day.
I really like that one because that one seriously reminds me of old Taylor Swift. Okay, now that we've reacted to the album, overall I really like the second half of the album because it just reminds me more of Taylor Swift than like the first half. Like I feel like the first half is like I'm listening to some random new person. But now we are going to talk about some of the conspiracy theories around Reputation. So the first theory is basically something that I can now say like that I 100% agree with after listening to the album. It's the fact that the album starts with ... ready for it. But then if you notice about halfway down the album, it ends with so it goes ... So it starts with ellipses and then like halfway through it ends with ellipses. And then the next song after So It Goes is Gorgeous, which I literally said is reminiscent of the old Taylor Swift. So basically the theory goes that this was done completely on purpose, and that the first half of the album is meant to represent her reputation and like her perception of the media and to be very different from the old Taylor Swift. And then the second half of the album is more her and more personal. And I can genuinely agree with this. It sounds like the first half of the album is kind of like a F you, like you don't care about me, like I don't care about you, like blah blah blah. But then the second half is very more like raw, I feel like, and cut down, and it does sound like Taylor Swift to me. Not only that, this is super interesting. A Twitter user at FKyle, sorry I don't curse in my videos anymore, it's because monetization. They said that they think it sort of fits how one half of her face on the album is plastered with like letterings and it looks like headlines. So one half of the Reputation album, her face is covered with like all these headlines and like they're overlapping and it just looks very intense. So that half of her face could represent the first half of the album, which is about what the media thinks about her, and how the old Taylor Swift, the other half of her face that remains clean from any of the headlines, is who she really is, and it's still there. Like, because people are like, oh, the old Taylor's dead. She even said it in a song, probably as a joke towards the media saying that the old Taylor is dead, because obviously like people change, but like not that much, like, you know what I mean? Like they're still them, like they're still themselves. And I think that's a really interesting idea, and I really think that that's exactly what she wanted for the album, because it makes sense with the cover, with the ellipses, like it just really makes a lot of sense, and I truly believe that theory. But what do you guys think? The next conspiracy theory I think is super cute, and it is about the song Dress, and it is about how Dress could potentially be about Ed Sheeran. So this actually makes a lot of sense, because there's a line in the song that goes, quote, "They got no idea about me and you, and there is indentation in the shape of you," end quote. Shape of You is obviously a super popular and relatively recent Ed Sheeran song. And I think that that could be a coincidence, but it also could not be, because if you think about it, we act like we know about Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran's relationship like just as friends. Like I feel like no one's really ever questioned whether or not that they were more than friends or anything like that. So I think it's super interesting, because they even have a line that says, quote, "I don't want you like a best friend," end quote, which is how I feel like the world perceives them, is as best friends. Also, she says in the song, quote, "Everyone thinks that they know about us, but they know nothing about all of this silence and patience and pining and anticipation," end quote. I don't know. Maybe there's way more to Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran's relationship, or there was way more. in the past. I think this is pretty interesting. However, I think if they were having this kind of like struggle, it like seems like the song is like a happy song, but also like, you know, pining, anticipation, like, you know, like those are words that you wouldn't want to describe like a very happy relationship, I guess. I don't think that she would have him featured on the single, so I think The Shape of You could be a random like just coincidence. However, I do find it very, very interesting in general because I think that there's possibility that it actually could be about Karlie Kloss, or at least someone else in her life. And Karlie Kloss, there's been speculation for years that Karlie Kloss and Taylor Swift have been dating, especially because of the photo that released of them kissing at a concert. And ever since then, people have thought that Karlie Kloss and Taylor Swift could potentially be secretly dating. And I could see it. I could definitely see Taylor Swift being gay or bi. That's just kind of my vibe from it, and I would say my gaydar is pretty good. It's basically the same thing as like the Ed Sheeran thing, is that to the media and to the general public, people see Karlie Kloss and Taylor Swift as best friends, though we don't actually know what goes on behind closed doors. And not to mention that a promotional photo shoot for the album, she's literally wearing like a rainbow flag as a dress. Like it basically looks like a rainbow flag as a dress. I mean, it's just a rainbow dress, but doesn't it kind of look like a flag? I don't know. I think that that could be a possibility as well, and I would very much be here for a gay Taylor Swift. Next theory is relatively small because it's kind of like, I really just think it's true. And Taylor Swift has always been known to be very damn extra about the number 13. This is really no secret. We know she's extra about this shit. Even though Reputation doesn't seem to have anything to do with the number 13, because there's 15 tracks, like it just doesn't seem like there's anything that really adds up with it. Like even her album release date was on November 10th, like when she just could have done November 13th. Like it's kind of weird of Taylor Swift to do that. However, if you look into the numeration of the date that Gorgeous was released, the single, which was October 20th, 2017, if you add up 1 plus 0, which is 10 for October, plus 20, the 20th, and then plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 for 2017, you get 13. I think she did this on purpose, and I think it's kind of interesting that it's the song that I keep saying like that sounds like old Taylor Swift, and it's the first song off the album in order that I think that that's the first song that sounds like the old Taylor Swift versus like the new Reputation Taylor Swift. And I think it's super interesting because 13 was definitely something, like a whole era, like I think it's still relevant in her life, but like there was a time when like this bitch used to have 13 on her hand and like she was like obsessed with it, and she still is, but like it was more talked about back then. So I think it's kind of hinting that this song maybe reminded her as well of like the older music she used to make. Just a theory, but I kind of believe it. And the last thing that I want to talk about is something that I've talked about multiple times when it comes to Taylor Swift, because I 1000% believe that this is the truth. I think that, is she really Satan? No. Is she really part of the Illuminati? Depends on if there is an Illuminati and if there is celebrities in it. Because for me personally, I think the Illuminati is way more deep-rooted than these celebrities. I think that it's more so like super high up music producers and record labels and companies and shit like that, and like the government, rather than the actual celebrities themselves or even the actual president themselves, because I just think it's way more deep rooted than like something so basic and like there. I think that these record labels can control the celebrities enough to be able to also simultaneously control the media and the like fans and the people. So that's what I think about it. I don't think Taylor Swift is part of the Illuminati really, because I just don't think that that's what the Illuminati is made for. That's just like my opinion on it, and I've talked about it before. If you guys want me to do a whole video about the Illuminati, let me know in the comments below. But that's just kind of what I think, and I think Taylor Swift sees that these rumors and conspiracy theories about her are being constantly talked about. And I think that that's why she puts like little details into her songs so that people will think that it's about them and more people will listen to the album. I think there's just like a rhyme to her reason. Like that's just what I think. I always say that I think celebrity feuds are fake, and I stand by that. I think they could be real to an extent, but I think that their record labels and their companies, managers, whatever, have them overdo it so that it gives them more publicity on both ends. That's kind of just my opinion, and that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you think about these conspiracy theories, but also let me know what you think about Reputation. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, because I'm always posting really dope ass shit on there. Subscribe for new videos every single day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!
Is to love, love.
just to see their smile makes my life worthwhile. To know him is to love.